Hello, everyone. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Lee. Lee is from England in the UK. So let's see what Lee has to say. Enjoy the interview. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Hello,
I can hear
Lee.
you loud and clear. Yes. We're in business.
How are you?
Fella, good to meet you.
You too. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
So how's your day been so far?
Oh, do you know what? It's been okay. I've been in my workshop this morning completing some piece of work that I've been working on, piece of artwork, and my gearbox on my van has started to misbehave. So I'm scared to drive it now. So I've come back home and I'm pretty stranded really until I can get a high car on Monday. So, it's just one of those. I've got enough food to eat. I live in the middle of nowhere, so I'm just surrounded by countryside. So yeah, just going to get on with it, really. Yeah, I'm not really worried
Amazing.
about it too much. I'll get it sorted on Monday. It can wait. Yeah. How about you? How's
Very
your week
good.
been?
Yeah, it's been great. I've been doing some interviews today. I have some editing as well, so it's always going. The Magic Box keep me busy every single day.
Oh, do you know, it's fantastic. It's really good. I've just watched Alex De Silva. He's a friend of mine. I know Alex. Alex
Alex,
De Silva, the teacher who lives in Gran Canaria,
oh yes, yes,
born in Birmingham. Yeah, Alex is a friend of
absolutely.
mine. Yeah, he's a really nice guy.
You know,
Really.
do you know the funny stories? Of course, I had the interview last year with Pinto, yeah,
Yes.
and when I reached out to Richie for the interview, I had no idea that they were together, and suddenly.
Yeah.
And when I was talking to him, and he mentioned about three-way relationship,
Hmm.
and I was like, oh, but I didn't realize until I think 2 or 3 days after I was checking, come up on my profile, I could see one of the posts of his post, and I could see Pinto with him, like in this post,
Yeah.
yoga post, and I was like, oh my God, don't tell me that they are a partner as well. And I
Yeah.
texted him straight away. He said, yes, we are a partner. And after that, Pinto sent me a message saying that he was in the bedroom when Richie was doing the interview. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh my
Yeah, he did the
goodness.
interview from Pinto, as I recognize the background.
It's amazing that now I'm having the
Yeah.
third one now, the third one of the relationship.
The third in the Trinity is how we. That's what we have this joke. We have this joke. It's good fun. We have fun with it.
So Lee, so tell me where are you from?
Well, originally from the Midlands in the UK, and now living in Shropshire, the beautiful countryside in Shropshire.
Mhm.
And obviously, I know you know this already from speaking to Richie, but we split our time now between the UK and Portugal and Lisbon, and London.
Mhm.
So yeah, so there's loads of variety, and yeah, it's great fun. It really is. It's a really exciting time. Yeah,
Amazing. And I believe you're an artist, yeah? So tell
I
me a little
am.
bit
Yes.
about your art. Tell me a little bit your
Oh,
journey.
okay, so I was a teacher for a long, long time. My career is in teaching, and I took early retirement from that. Well, 5 years ago, really. Well, I suppose it was 4 years ago, because obviously, Richie was quite sick. I gave up work to look after him, because he got to a stage where he really, he couldn't do things for himself. So I had to and I was very conscientious at work, so I had to make decisions. So obviously, Richie was my priority. So the whole thing with work, it was just, I made sure all my kids were ready for their exams. And then as soon as I knew they were ready for the exam season, then I kind of, threw the towel in really with work and just said, I've got bigger things to concentrate on. That when Richie was recovering, obviously I needed something to occupy my time as well. So I got into playing around with my welder, and I started making furniture first of all, and then just little sculptures, and it's just gone on and on and on. I've got some really nice clients who come back to me regularly for bespoke pieces of furniture, which is really nice. It's a real privilege to be able to do that. And of course, now I'm getting into the gay erotic art. In fact, behind me, I'll show you this now. This is what I finished today.
Wow.
So it's steel, okay? So it's made out of steel. And then the leather elements for the detail is it's actually from an old pair of biker leathers of mine, because I'm a leather man and I'm really into my leather. I don't know if you spotted that. So yeah, that's a big part. That's a big part of my kind of my life really. I really do enjoy it. I have a t-shirt brand, Do It for Daddy, which is which I sell to. I started by accident. That's my logo I created, but all the leather guys love it. So I sell t-shirts all over the world now, which is fabulous. And the piece of artwork I created behind me, it's one of a series, which well, this one's obviously going to be sold. But I showed it in an exhibition in London in October last year. It's the first time I've ever done anything like that shown anywhere. And it was an incredible success. There were like 8 or 9 artists all together, and we kind of clubbed together to put the show on, and it was a real success. And it kind of launched the whole kind of queer art side of things, really. So so it hasn't stopped really. It's just great fun. I just get to create all day, every day. That's what I do now. It's wonderful.
Amazing. Am I going to get a t-shirt as well?
Sorry?
Am I going to get a t-shirt as well?
I'll send you a t-shirt, don't you worry. No problem at all. No problem.
Can...
Where are you based actually, William? Are you based in London? In London, yeah? Okay. So I did wonder, I thought, are you in Europe? Is there a time difference? Because you said 5, and obviously it's 4, but this is great that we're doing a bit earlier. Yeah, if you're free, I'm free. So yeah, let's do it.
I was wondering, because I said, okay, if you could start a bit earlier for me, it would be the same as well.
Yeah.
And you said about leather. That's why you are wearing leather now for the interview?
I'm not wearing leather for the interview, no.
I know, I'm joking. I'm just teasing.
No. Do you want me to put my leather on? Shall I?
Okay.
I've always got it on. I've got a leather jacket which I've had for, oh my word, I think I've got to have it for like 13 years now. And it's still the same leather jacket that I do all my photographs in. I love it. It's falling apart on the inside, but I love it. It's got so many stories to tell, William. I can't even start. So So I'm really into my leather. It's something that's kind of, since I've not been a teacher. Obviously, when I was a teacher, I had to mind what I said. I had to mind what I did, how I acted, public persona, that kind of stuff. And then obviously to be free of that, it's taken a couple of years to actually think I can do what the I like. No one can say a word, and it's really liberating. So everyone thinks I'm having a midlife crisis, but actually I'm just getting around to doing the things that I've always wanted to do, really. So
I'm glad you're living your best life right now. I think that's what life meant to be, for you to live the best you can.
Yeah, do you know what, William? It's really strange, because I look at my life now and I just think, if anyone would have told me that I would have been this happy in my 50s, and have so much going on and just be surrounded by so much, so many wonderful people, so many beautiful people, and being able to do what I want to do all day, I never would have believed you, because I thought I was on that treadmill where you have your career and then you retire and then you probably die about 5 years later because of all the stress from the career that you've been doing all your life. So it's so I'm quite glad to have kind of stepped off that, really, and following a completely different path. Yes, and that's come about for the most bizarre alignment of circumstances and events. But yeah.
Amazing, very good.
Yeah.
Lee, are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and to share your point of views?
Yeah, let's do it.
Amazing. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. So this is my best friend. Okay, no further fun questions. I'm just going to play a song now just for us to relax a bit before the first question, okay? Let's do it.
Yeah.
Right, before we start the game, Lee, during the journey, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about for some reason, you don't want to answer, always can change, okay?
Okay.
Right, first question for you is, how long can you go without checking your phone?
It's an interesting one, that. It depends, really. Yesterday, I've been checking it constantly. But sometimes it depends what I'm doing, really. If I'm in my workshop, if I'm busy with work, I can go hours without checking it, and I almost forget that I've got it. But yeah, normally I'm pretty much a phone addict, and it's never too far away, which is really sad. Yeah.
Which part of social media you use the most?
For me, it'd be Instagram, simply because I've been on it since it started. I can't get on with Twitter. I'm really going off Facebook. I don't know. to be honest, all social media really, I'm just finding it's more and more of a drain on my day-to-day existence. And I'm thinking, is this actually right? And I know it's the way that the world is going and it's kind of the way we communicate now, but I still have this kind of need to kind of step away from it and actually have a bit more of a, I don't know, a bit more of a genuine existence and a bit more of a connection with people and with nature. Because obviously, you know, everything looks great on the screen, but it's not real, is it? It's not real.
That's so true. Absolutely. Next question. Let's do it. Hey, Lee, next question for you is, describe yourself in one positive word and one negative word only.
Oh, one positive word and one negative word. Positive word, kind, I hope. Negative word, loner. I'm a loner.
Tell me about it.
I really value my own company, my own time. Yeah, just to be just to be quiet and alone. And that's why I love my workshop. I love people. I love my partners. I love my family. But I've always been a bit of a loner. My head's always away somewhere, creative, thinking of stuff. So yeah. So yeah, that's probably the one thing I do tend to shut off sometimes. So yeah.
What is your star sign?
Capricorn.
Interesting.
Mm.
You know Capricorn, they have I'm confusing. Actually, my sister is Capricorn, actually, my sister.
Yeah.
Are you in December or January?
January.
January
the 9th. My mom was an Elvis fan and she wanted to have me on Elvis's birthday on the 8th, I think. But I hung on in there. So yeah.
Next question. Lee, before the next question, tell me how was growing up as a gay boy back in Midlands?
Oh, really kind of like very secretive, actually. I didn't actually come out until I was 25, 26 years old. And I was quite late. And I very much led that kind of straight working class boy lifestyle, you know, football in the pub, all that kind of stuff. And I'm kind of, you know, I knew of other gay people, but it was just kind of that whole sort of, oh, I could never let anybody know, I could never mention it. Same feelings that I suppose, you know, we've all had at some point. Yeah, just a very sort of homophobic environment. So, and obviously growing up during my sort of formative years, I suppose, from the age of 12, I became very aware of the AIDS epidemic that was unfolding. Yeah, it was just, yeah, it was a tough time to be gay. It really, really was. But of course, then I didn't fully understand it, didn't fully understand myself. So yeah, it was kind of like kicking and screaming out of the closet in my mid-20s, much later than many. So yeah, bit of a late starter. Yeah.
Who was the first person that you came out to?
The first person I came out to was a very good friend, Claudette, and she had a thing for me, and at a Christmas bash, she kind of came onto me, and I'd had girlfriends before, and the last one I'd sort of, you know, to keep up appearances, done all of that, and I just said, oh, look, I said, I can't do this, please, and I just said, I'm gay, and it was the first person I ever told, and it was almost like, what have I done? And then, but it was fine, you know, yeah, it was a little bit bumpy in places, but it just kind of, then a few more people knew, then I had to tell my parents because obviously they would hear it from someone else, and I didn't want them to. So yeah, but I had a pretty easy ride, really. Everyone was really supportive. So, and I know that not everyone has such an easy ride of it. So I'm very, very aware of that. So I've been very, very lucky. So thank you.
Before you told your parents, do you think they knew it?
Yeah, yes. Well, actually, bizarrely, I always thought that my mum would go, oh, I know. And then my dad would go, like, what the fuck? You know, I thought my dad would go crazy, but it was actually the other way around. My mum was really upset and she cried. And But my dad really took me by surprise. And I always get quite emotional when I talk about this because he, well, just the way he handled it and the way he, what he said to me, I think it was the most beautiful thing to do. And I've got so much respect for him for that and the way he handled it. And bizarrely, one of the first things he did, he apologized for, he said, all the things that you've heard me say. He said, I am truly sorry. And that was yeah. I love my dad very much. He's an amazing man.
Oh, that's sweet. My goodness. Oh, amazing.
No.
And do you have siblings as well?
Sorry?
Do you have siblings as well?
I have two brothers, yes. One younger, one older. Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful, your tears. I can see how beautiful is your tears right now. Beautiful. Great. Yeah. Right. Now your tears are coming. I got goosebumps. And actually, it came up now. My favorite question of the Magic Box came up to you. And send away a message to someone, but you don't need to know. You don't need to tell who this message is for.
Okay. Oh, wow. It's got so many things I could say. Wow. Okay. Please don't ever doubt the depth of my love for you.
Amazing. Very good. Ready for another question, Lee?
Yep.
Let's do it. Next one.
Good.
Next question for you is, what do you like the most about your best friends?
The humor, I think, and the flexibility as well. We have these lifestyles where we may not see each other for months, but that doesn't matter. And then you get back together, and the insults are still there, and the humor is still there, and just that genuine raw honesty and friendship. I think that's really beautiful. And when the friendship is not needy as well. I think we've all had needy friendships. But yeah, that to me is a beautiful friendship where there's no neediness involved. You're there if if they want you to be. But yeah, just that relaxed humor, and that regardless of the circumstances, they will always be there for you. I think that's wonderful.
Yeah. And your best friends, where they're based, most of them?
They're kind of scattered, really. I have a few close friends near to where I live. Then I have very good friends in Nottingham. I have very good friends in Berlin. I now have very good friends in Lisbon as well. So yeah, it's kind of nice that that they're kind of scattered all over. That wasn't the case sort of 20 years ago. I was very kind of insular, and my world was very small, and it just seems to have gone boom, which is just fantastic. Yeah.
Amazing. Next question. Let's do it.
Hey.
Before the next one, tell me what is the biggest rewarding of being an artist? What do you like the most about being an artist? And the flip side, you find very challenging?
Oh, well, I'd say the best thing for me certainly is when I'm creating. It's like a meditation. It's like time stands still. I said in my workshop, I don't really bother with my phone. It is when I'm working on something and I'm in that flow, and how I visualized it in my head, and I can see it coming together in front of me. It's like magic, and yeah, I just love it. And the closer it gets to the finish, the more excited I get, and I can't stop looking at it, and I just get really wrapped up in it. The flip side of that is that I do become very blinkered, and I do just go like, right, this is what I'm focusing on. I sometimes think I'm possibly, it's possibly a little bit of neurodiversity there, because I do get really sort of nothing else matters. I mean, I've been in my workshop creating before, and I've been so focused on what I've been doing, and I've been welding. So I've been using my welder, and I've not realised that a tin of paint thinners, which I've been using the day before, you haven't put it away. They're back in the fire cupboard. But I get so kind of carried away, and I'm just like, I could have killed myself. But I haven't, touch wood, I haven't so far. But yeah, that's the only thing. I get very, very blinkered, and I don't answer calls, and I'm just like, no, this is what I'm doing. But yeah, that is the flip side. It can come across as a little bit rude sometimes and a little bit antisocial, but you know what? You can't have one side of the other, can you? It's all about balance.
I'm so glad I didn't catch you in this mood today.
No, I finished a piece of work today, so my head's kind of cleared now. I'm just preparing for the next one. So I've been looking forward to this, actually. I've really been looking forward to this all week. So yeah.
Oh. Next question is, what are the top 3 things on your bucket list?
Top 3 things on my bucket list? Oh, well, without a doubt, going to space, either on the space station to see our planet from that perspective, I think would be the most, wow, I don't know, like it blows my mind. The other things rather, I want to see the Northern Lights. I really want to see the Northern Lights. I want to stand underneath them. I want to be dazzled by them because I think they are just the most incredible phenomenon. I'm a bit of a geek. You probably noticed when it comes to anything sort of natural phenomena, geology, astronomy, I'm a total geek. And the third thing, bucket list, oh God. To meet David Hockney, I think. He's my favorite artist. And I have such admiration for the man, the way he's challenged the elite establishment in art and art critics. I think he's an amazing man. He's an incredible artist, and his story of where he came from and what he's achieved, it blows my mind. So yeah, to meet David Hockney, I think. And if I could have a fourth, it would be to look into a live volcano, because again, just to see the planet at work, and you know, just it blows my mind. So yeah.
Which one do you think is going to happen first?
Well, I have this feeling that I'm going to bump into David Hockney someday, and I've said it to my partner many times, and we laugh about it. But I just feel like I'm going to bump into him someday. So that could happen. But I think possibly more than likely, I'd probably be the Northern Lights that I will see first. I don't think I've got any plans to go up into space anytime soon, or the money. Yeah, that one might have to wait a little longer.
And if you would bump to him, like, let's say, very soon, what would be your first question to him?
Oh, God, wow. Can you draw me something and sign it, please? I don't know. It's really difficult because obviously I've read so much about him, and I've read the books I've read all of his books where he's recorded interviews with his art critic friend Martin Gayford, and just there's just so many things in there that I would want to ask about. But yeah, I don't know really. It's a really difficult question, that is, William. I don't know what I would ask first, possibly. I'm
just putting you in the spot right now.
Yeah.
Actually, you say about your passion about, you know, the universe, all the things. I had a very good interview with astronomer from Colorado in there.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
I'm going to send you the link. It's one, seriously, I learned so much during that interview. It was amazing.
That sounds amazing. Thank you.
I'll send you the link. It was amazing.
Thank you.
Cool. 3 questions left for you. Let's do it. Next question is, what is the best gift have you ever received, and from whom?
In terms of like a physical gift, I think my partner in 2019 got David Hockney. No, I haven't met him yet. Martin Parr, the photographer, who was a work I really love. Martin Parr, I don't know if you've heard of him. He's very famous. For my 49th birthday, I had my portrait. Me and my partner had our portrait with our dogs done by Martin Parr, and wow. That was amazing. Just to be in his studio and just to meet him. And I gave him a table. I made a table for him, and I gave him a table.
Wow.
So yeah, and which I believe is still in his office, which I'm really quite proud of. But yeah, the whole day was amazing. It was just after my partner was recovering from a really critical illness, and it was almost kind of like almost like a portrait of the new beginning for us both, really. yeah, there's a lot of emotion tied up in that picture. Yeah, it's amazing. Amazing day. Really, really was.
Wow. Wow. 2 questions left. Let's do it. Before the next one, as you mentioned about before, you were a teacher before, yeah?
Yes.
When you think about your career in the past,
Yeah.
what did you like the most about being a teacher?
Wow. The people, I would say. And when I say the people, I mean the students and the people that I worked with as well. Worked with some incredibly dedicated and passionate people who have made this profession their life. And I have such admiration for them. And I've still got many, many very, very good friends as well who I used to work alongside. It does make me a little bit sad that they are still doing it, because they're under so much pressure. It's incredible. But I miss the students as well because they're funny. And everybody slates the younger generation, whatever you want to call them. But they're amazing and they are vibrant and they're full of life. And they don't always get things right. But does anybody? You've only got to look at what some adults are doing with the world. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, don't judge the kids. Well, certainly by those standards anyway. But yeah, they're amazing human beings, and they certainly, they kept me young almost. Do you know what I mean? And they were the reason for going over there because they were funny, and to see them grow and to see them sort of, learn this stuff and start to have different opinions and start to question things. Just to see their minds opening, it was amazing. I say, just incredibly funny as well. Incredibly funny they were. Yeah. So I do miss that. I don't miss the stress of the politics. It's. I think that is the burden any teacher has to bear, is the politics and the sheer amount of work. So yes, often thankless as well. Yeah.
All right. Next question is: if you could go back in time, in one moment or memory in your life, what that would be and why?
Oh. God, that's a really tricky one, that is. I think it would probably be the day that my partner got the all clear from the cancer that he'd endured. But it was just a unique day from start to finish. And it was one of those days where things just connected, boom, boom, boom. I have a tattoo on my arm there, and it's got a line from meditation that I used to do when I used to get really stressed at work. I used to meditate in the car park in the morning before I used to go into school, and then I used to meditate. Obviously, my partner was really sick because my head was like boom, boom, boom. It was about to cave in. So I did a meditation, and there was a line from the meditation, and it says, "My peace is solid and not dependent upon circumstance." And that's really important to me. So yeah, I think that is, yeah. Sorry, I'm getting emotional now. So can we move on? Yeah, sorry.
No, it's okay. During the interview with Richie, he said something that, he shared, of course, his story, which was very inspiring. But he said something that I still remember. He said to me, "William, it was so important to have my partner by my side, because if I don't think being on his side, if I'll be able to be, face the situation that I got goosebumps now, the situation that during the time, because without him, I wouldn't be able to make it." So when he said that, I was like, wow, that's powerful. And I still remember when he mentioned that. And again, my God, it's such a situation he went through. And it says a lot. You cannot make on your own. You know what I mean? You need to have people around you for any circumstances.
It was my absolute pleasure to be there for him as well. You know what I mean? There was never. It was tough. Of course, it was tough. But
of course,
there was never any question. Can I do this? You just do it.
Yeah. Absolutely. And he said he couldn't be where he is right now if you are not there.
I wouldn't be where I am right now without him. So it works both ways. It works both ways. No. He's an amazing human being.
Ready for the last one?
Yes, ready for the next one. Yes. Yeah.
Let's do it. But before the last question, as you mentioned, how passionate you are about your art, about your
Yeah.
creation. But if you could pick just one of them that you go like, you know what, that's it meant to be for me. This art, it's the one it meant to me for me to create, to do it. Which one that would be?
Oof. I think it would be a piece of steel art which I created for the exhibition that I was part of, the Dirty Queers exhibition that was on in London, in Soho last October. And I think it's probably that one, because it was where I brought one of my drawings to life, like bigger than life size. And it was just a really arresting piece. And when I kind of finished it, I was like, whoa, I can't believe I've actually created that. I was a little bit kind of like, really? Yeah, I kind of surprised myself, really. And then obviously the response to it from people who saw it at the exhibition was just amazing. It blew me away, and I don't think I quite anticipated it having the response that it did. And of course, that one then was the catalyst for me to do more. So yeah, I've made several since, all of which are sold as well for very nice money. Thank you. That's always always an artist's dream, to be able to sell your work for a good price, which is just wonderful. So I'm very blessed in that respect. So yeah, of my own pieces, that would probably be the one, I think. In fact, do you want to see it? It's over there.
Yes, absolutely. Please,
yeah.
please.
I don't know if you can see that very clearly.
Wow. Yes, I can.
Move this one.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Wow.
So
yes, I can.
But what I do with them, the leather that is used in the pieces, it's from my old leather gear. So I sacrifice old pieces of leather from my gear collection to. Yeah, so every now and again, a new piece of gear gets sacrificed for the good of my art. So yeah.
Not the jacket. The jacket is not yet the jacket. The 13 years old jacket. This one.
No, that would definitely be the last to go. I'll probably get buried in that, to be honest with you, or cremated. You know, I don't know. It'll probably last longer than I will.
Next question for you is: what makes you most uncomfortable about yourself?
What makes me most uncomfortable about myself? My procrastination, I think. Yeah, I procrastinate a lot, and I just need to get up off my and get it done. I procrastinate a lot. It's because I kid myself when it's because I'm a creative. Mm-hmm. But no, I just need to get off my arse and get shit done. Basically, there's no excuse for it, really. So yeah, I think that's probably my downfall. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Right, it's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game. Okay, I'm going to give away just the one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking. So, I hope you are enjoying the interview. Before we do the word association game, don't forget to give a like, don't forget to share this video, and also don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Just click on the button right there. Thank you so much and enjoy the word association game. Let's start with money.
Money. Freedom.
Family.
Oof. Precious.
Love.
Everywhere.
Life.
Amazing.
Sex.
Ooh. Passion.
I like that. Ooh, passion. Politics.
Circus.
Fear.
A weapon.
Religion.
Controlling.
Friendship.
Beautiful.
Desire.
Sweaty.
On leather, sweating on leather.
Always, always.
Regret.
Oh, pointless.
Success.
Freedom.
Wish.
World peace.
Happiness.
Yes, please.
One word for England.
Ooh. Broken.
One word for artist.
It's a real tough one. So you can tell I'm a creative. It takes me ages to think about simple things. Artist. I don't know what the word is I'm trying to think of. Artist, I would probably genius.
Okay. One word for teacher.
Enlighten.
And the last one now, if you could put when you think about all your art that you created and you create, if you could define all of that in one word, what that would be?
Minimalism.
Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your both partner for a coffee, and I'm going to ask them.
Okay. Yeah.
Define Lee in one positive word and one negative word, what they would say.
Well, they're bound to say hot, of course, for the positive. I am joking. I don't know. Daddy, probably. The positive. Maybe, I don't know. Negative. Comes back to me switching off. So it'd probably be, insular, maybe. Yeah.
All right. Let's play now Lee and the Magic Box, and you can ask me a question. But actually, before you ask me the question, as you've been spent some time in Lisbon now, you have a Brazilian partner. Tell me, what's your favorite Portuguese word?
It's probably and this is from my first Lisbon audiobook that I did, and it was elevador, which is elevator, elevador, and the way the guy said it, elevador. So yeah,
no Portuguese.
Whenever I hear the word elevation in Portuguese now, I smile to myself. So yeah, it's a bit of a one, but yeah, it's I really love to hear. It really makes me smile. Yeah.
I used to live in Porto before. I lived in Porto for 5 years before moving to England. And you said exactly how a Portuguese person would say, elevador.
Yeah. Exactly. And what I've started to realize is basically you just miss out all of the vowels in the words and just say the consonants and then it sounds Portuguese. I'll probably get loads of hate mail now for saying that. But it is a beautiful language actually, and really enjoying learning. Really enjoying learning. So yeah, I do like languages. I get a real thrill from learning a new language. So yeah, it's not a chore at all. It's an absolute pleasure. And what I find is as well, obviously while we spend time in Lisbon, as soon as you ask like someone who lives there, if you say, look, I'm trying to learn, if you can just break the ice with them, and they will teach you so much, and that's wonderful. Someone will stand there and take time out of their day to actually teach you their language. I think that's just wonderful. Yeah.
You can ask me a question now.
Okay. Right. So we talked a lot about art. So if you could be painted or depicted by a famous artist, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
You know what's the first one that comes to my mind? Van Gogh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I went to see one of his exhibition in the Tate Britain, like before the COVID, and I was fascinated. The colors, the way they put the drama, the whole thing there. I actually, I could
Yeah.
picture myself as you did with your partner, you know. I could pose there. I could be there just to see what would come out of that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Van
Mm.
Gogh, for sure. Van Gogh, yes.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
think that's the one.
yeah. It was an amazing life, and incredibly sad as well. But
Yeah.
how he kind of interpreted what he saw into those postcards, I thought was just genius. But yeah,
Do you
fascinating.
know what I found out the other day? I didn't know that. I live in South London, yeah, and
Yeah.
there is near Oval Station, there is a cafe or a house called Van Gogh Cafe or something, and
Okay.
actually that's a place where he was living.
Oh wow!
I didn't know that. I
I
thought,
wasn't aware that he spent any time in the UK, to be honest.
I think he spent some time
Yeah.
there, here,
Okay,
and
wow.
and I thought, oh, that's interesting name for a coffee. And actually, somebody told me that he used to live there.
Oh wow!
I was impressed. Didn't know that.
No, I didn't know. I didn't know he spent any time in the UK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, learning every day.
Oh, wow. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Lee, did you enjoy the interview?
Oh, do you know, I've really enjoyed it. It's been really nice speaking to you. Can I just say you've got the most amazing kind of energy. You've got a wonderful smile, which I've noticed in other interviews, but to actually engage with you live is it's really quite lovely. So thank you. Thank you
Thanks
for
so
inviting me
much.
on as well. I've really enjoyed it. It's been an
No,
absolute
thanks so
pleasure.
much. It's amazing to have, you know, people sharing their lives, sharing their stories. I got some tears from you. That was beautiful as well. I love it. I
Oh,
love
don't
it.
put them on. Don't. If my dad sees it, he'll be like, what?
Oh, beautiful.
Doesn't like
No,
public displays of affection. He's okay with them in private, but he's not good with the public displays of affection.
No, thanks so much. Thanks for taking the time. It was amazing. I think
Oh.
I had different you know, like couples on the show that, you know, a boyfriend stayed and at the
Yeah.
first time I have three,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, three partners in
Oh.
different interviews. That was
Yeah.
amazing.
We're all
We
three.
need-
We're all three of us are in different places this weekend. Yeah, so we're all kind of split, but we'll come bouncing back together at some point next week.
Next exhibition you create, please let me know next time
I
when you
will
create something.
absolutely love to see you there.
I'd love-
And if not,
I'd love to.
coffee before, if we meet up with Rishi for coffee, that would be amazing.
Yes, absolutely. When you guys are in London, just let me know. I'd love to
Oh,
meet.
no,
That would be amazing.
It really would.
Before you go, if you
Yeah.
can share a positive message or something that you live by.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to go back to the question I couldn't finish earlier. Now I've calmed down a bit. And it was, your peace is solid and not dependent upon a circumstance. Whatever's going on, you'll get through it. Absolutely.
Amazing. Thank you so much and keep in touch, okay, Lee? It was a
Absolute pleasure. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
You too. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why would you like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.